In the upper right, we have our Zerg player, a great Zerg player from StarCraft 1. Here in StarCraft 2, Heart of the Swarm, he is
웅진 스타즈 Soulkey.
I love the colors on those keys.
Yeah, it's a really handsome keyboard, no doubt.
It's a blinged out keyboard. In the bottom left, the world champion from last year, he is
SK Telecom T1 PartinG.
The one thing I don't like about the keyboard is it makes me think of yellow teeth.
Yeah. Gotta get those bleached.
Yeah, but that would have to be a shark keyboard for having so many rows.
Do I sound a little bit different from normal? Because I'm still actually sick from that.
I can hear like a slight raspy deeperness in your voice.
If you guys are just now joining us and have been watching the GSL from earlier, I was sick last week. I actually had to miss a cast, which I hate doing. But then I also, I stayed sick. I'm still coughing. Still a little feverish. So I was wondering if I sounded different.
Just a little bit. Most people probably can't even notice.
Only you know, Artosis.
Well,
nobody's heard me talk more than
with
you.
That is true. Sometimes I go home and just turn on a VOD of you, which would be weird because I could just call you because you're my friend, but
it's a little bit creepier when you do it that way.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see if he does try to go for any block here. Well, he is continuing to do that, and it looks like the hatchery is now going to go down.
Yeah, that was some good dancing there by Soulkey. Notice he brought 2 drones down, and that's because PartinG's dancing is getting so good that he can go Nexus first, get his Forge, and still be blocking you enough that he can throw a pylon down. We saw that against Life in the last round, and Soulkey was not going to put up with that crap.
Frankly, when that happens, you probably are almost already dead.
You're against a player of PartinG's caliber, I guess so, right? It's a little bit crazy.
It's a little ridiculous.
But you can already see that Soulkey has studied PartinG, and he knows that one drone is not going to be able to stop that probe. No way, Jose.
And it looks like we're going to have the third hatchery planted now. And the most typical place to put a third base.
Yeah. Well, Soulkey playing completely standard PartinG. Completely standard so far. We're going to have to wait until that Cybernetics core. So, I'm going to ask you a question. You know, there's a Zerg in every single match in the round of 8. Does Zerg win this GSL? What race do you think actually wins this GSL? Because we have 2 Terrans, 2 Protoss, 4 Zerg.
Actually, you know what I'm going to say? It's going to be weird. I don't even know if we're going to have a Zerg in the finals.
You don't think so? Okay.
I don't.
I could see it going that way.
That's going to happen.
Could be.
Simply because the players from the other races are actually so scary.
Yeah.
And our Zergs are good, but I don't feel like they actually quite outshine these other guys. I feel like it's going to be a PvT finals with PartinG against Innovation.
What a finals that would be.
So good. The internet would break.
People better start taking work off for the first.
Yeah. No kidding.
Just the possibility of that finals, for me, that means vacation time from whatever work you work at. Forget that trip to Bahamas.
Except for us, Artosis, we got to cast that.
Yeah. Well, forget that. I'm taking the day off to watch it.
All right, now it looks like third base is done. Queen got there nicely timed out to get that first larva inject off.
And a Stargate going down immediately.
All very typical.
Yeah. Very, very standard. Now I want to see, is he going to move out with his ult? No, it looks like he's just going to block with it, which is fine. And go in Sentry. Okay, so should be going into either a Void Ray or Phoenixes. Probably Phoenixes.
We have occasionally seen that one Void Ray brought out here to bully away the Overlords, but I got to agree with you, Artosis. I think Phoenixes are the way to go.
I do think so. So,
how many Phoenixes are you getting nowadays?
Well, I normally go up to 5 total.
I've been messing around with 8. It's actually pretty sick.
Wow.
Yeah. And then you can push out with this late, kind of like an immortal push.
Yeah.
The rest of your army. Good force fields.
Cool.
Sort of similar to what PartinG was doing, but he didn't do this as much with the Phoenixes, but it's pretty good.
I've been doing a little bit of 5 Phoenixes into 2 Immortal, 2 Colossus all in.
That's a good build,
pretty
too.
Nice.
That's not what I messed around with a lot, but that is a good build.
We've seen it a lot in the GSL recently, so.
Well, pretty much what I'm going to be doing now is whatever I copy from PartinG here in this game. So.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I'm holding my... I don't always like to copy PartinG builds. Because, and by the way, he sent the Phoenix out immediately, which is interesting. Because a lot of the times, you save up to 3 or 4, but it's becoming more and more standard to actually see this, where they're immediately saying, you know what, I'm just going to start killing overlords, force the spores a bit earlier.
Well, you know what I think it is? It's so standard to get Phoenixes now. I think you could probably gain more from just coming out and attacking with them.
You might be right there.
And
with the new range, to be honest, the Spore Crawler in the middle of the mineral line does not stop you from killing drones with every lift.
That's absolutely true.
That's something I've certainly found, that it is easy to still get all your drone kills. It's just harder to get queens.
All right. Unfortunately, Soulkey did not put his overlords anywhere safe here, despite seeing the Phoenixes pretty early on.
Well,
he needs to target that drone.
Yeah, he does.
All right.
That'd be quite a waste of a lift there.
Nicely done.
Taking a few more hits than maybe he absolutely needed to, but you know, he's very busy multitasking elsewhere. We do have the Hydralisk Den on the way right now. And as far as...
Interesting, pretty late Mothership Core there.
Yeah, that is pretty late, but...
I think people are getting the Mothership Core so early. Maybe you didn't need to get it that early against Zerg. I guess if you're getting a quick third base, if you're trying to sneak that out.
I guess there's no reason to use it, really, unless you're going to move out with some ground units when you see that there's a third base. It's not needed that early. So, you know what I really like here is that PartinG is going away from the normal grind of the matchup, and in fact that did just get scouted, but instead of going right into Robo, he's gone into Twilight in a third base and going straight into Blink.
Yeah.
So this is kind of a cool, versatile way to handle this situation, where normally you're going to see Colossus play.
Well, you know what's interesting about it? He can get a lot of Stalkers out now and probably defend from Mutas pretty easily.
Yeah, between the Phoenixes and Blink Stalkers, I would say that wouldn't be any problem. And what's kind of even neater about this to me is the way that the base is shaped around the natural and the third base. This makes a lot of sense versus instead of Colossus Tech, because if you do go up Colossus Tech, you know they're probably just going to jump into Vipers reasonably quickly, and then you have to go into High Templars, and basically you know how the game is going to play out. But here with the quick blink, you know the Vipers aren't really going to be that useful. Thank you.
I thought more were going to die. That was my sick play-by-play.
Yeah, that was good.
No,
this is a cool build. I like this for this map and the shape of this map and the current state of the metagame.
Now we have the Phoenixes pulling back. Stalkers now grouping up.
Yeah, those Phoenixes.
As Blink is going to finish here, and 2 more gases.
Yeah. The Phoenixes will probably continue to poke a little bit here and there. Of course, they were just checking for Hive at that moment, and he does know about the 4th base, so that's good.
All right, some Roaches and Hydras now coming down here. He could actually try to do a little bit of pressure. I feel like, though, against PartinG, probably not a good idea. Then again, the 2nd base is not really defended at all. There's a cannon there.
Yeah, he's going to have to get into position against any incoming attacks coming up, because otherwise he could be in a lot of trouble. This is a huge amount of supply from Soulkey. In fact, he might just max out here pretty soon. And PartinG is only at 123, and I mean that's what you would expect with the tech decisions and speed of expansion he's made so far.
This is that phase of the game where Protoss can't leave his base.
Yeah.
Zerg simply put has too much. You can see he's now opening up various areas here on PartinG's side of the map so that he can counter at any angle he wants to, which is going to make it very tough for Protoss to leave.
Well, the army is beginning to move down a bit. We'll see what he does with it. He's almost maxed out, and he is getting that infestation pit.
All right, Nexus cannon going up.
And he's hitting 2 places at once. Now, nice force fields going down.
And it looks like PartinG might actually defend both areas here.
Yeah, it looks like he's doing okay. You know, these small chokes make these types of attacks pretty hard, but he doesn't have splash damage, don't forget. That is a big deal.
I spoke too soon here. It looks like he might be able to get this Nexus up here. Getting lower. Nice blinking in here on top. That may, no. Oh my God, he will hold.
Yeah, it looks like it for now, but hold on. We do have that attack at the front. The natural coming in once again, killing off quite a few units. In fact, he's going to get a nice free Immortal right there.
Yeah, that Immortal on a move command right now. And it is taken out. Oh, no, the cannon's taken out. The Nexus goes down.
Yeah, and look at this. It looks like Soulkey gonna break through. PartinG is down to about 100 supply with only 2 bases against 4. This is a terrible situation.
Yeah, it really is. And now, as you can see, Stalker's beginning to blink back here. And you know what? I think he's just barely gonna Well, let's see. It looks like he's barely going to break him. More links coming up here now. Now, it's only Stalkers right now. He does have that Immortal in the back. But you can see, if you look at the mini-map, a parade of more circuit is just coming down here, and that's it. GG.
Well played by